Monte's World Podcast, My Celebrities and Heroes. I look at these people as celebrities and the things that they do, and I also look at these people as heroes for what they've been through and what they've still been able to accomplish. Ladies and gentlemen, Monte's World Podcast, My Celebrities and Heroes.
Alrighty.
We were like, yeah, in the background low.
What the fun song? That's no root.
You do that old BBC. That's my sound. Or instrumental. You got songs of Zion? I'm just playing.
Yeah, all that on here. Y'all, YouTube. What's this? You about to be hearing BB and CC. Yeah, because if you don't say that, they're gonna mute the whole episode. You won't be able to do that because it's not your music. So we don't own none of this music. Me and mom was recording everything. I was recording, I was cooking food and all that stuff, and we had all the music playing in the background. We kept having to say that, but YouTube be trying to flag everything. This is not our music. Not our music. Not our music. YouTube. Not our music. Goodness gracious. Matter of fact, let me throw it safe. To be a safe.
You need to have your own stuff.
Let me see. Do I got my stuff in here?
Remember listening to this on the way to Detroit in the yellow car, laying in the back, looking out the window. Man, Kia's life is different totally now than it was then.
Oh no, this is playing. Forget that. We don't own rights to none of the music in the background.
None of it.
None of it. Anyway, y'all bugging out. Y'all tripping. We rocking with that. That's it. It's gonna keep changing, and I'm gonna keep saying it over and over. YouTube, so y'all get the point. Yo. All right, cool. Yo, y'all know what it is. It's Monte's World Podcast. I am Monte, King Gigawatt. Just call me Monte, Montanatra. If you are a fan, I got you. My favorite food is crab and lobster. And you are?
I am Desere Mayo, Monte's sister, aka I don't even know, like the Browns artist, aka Desi, as everybody call me, aka Minister Desi, aka Miss Mayo.
Miss Mayo. The last names I'm at. So, all right.
AKA Mason's sister. Boom,
yeah. Y'all had only Deron Rashad high school students. Y'all only wasn't recognized that. But y'all make sure y'all share, like, comment, and subscribe. It's My Celebrity Hero, episode 7. Episode 7. We did this yesterday for the record. An hour and 20 minutes. Good content. Fire.
It was good.
My microphone wasn't on, so I hope you guys can hear us. Because if you can't, well, no, again. But I'm looking now this time.
Yeah,
yesterday I wasn't paying attention. Hour and 20 minutes.
That's so crazy.
And we were talking about, that's cool. We're gonna do a part 2. We didn't even get a part 1.
We didn't get a part 1.
So we're gonna talk about so everybody got away with stuff. We're gonna bring it back though, because y'all got away with a lot of stuff yesterday. So we're gonna bring up, they ain't forgot about you, Matthew Boudreaux. Your name's back on the list.
Yeah.
You're still back on. We were talking about you yesterday. Yeah, it was a lot of people I was listening. But okay, so what we saying? Born and raised,
Canton, Ohio.
Right.
3510 33rd Street. Loving it.
Hospital.
Temkin Mercy.
Right.
Which is now
Cleveland Clinic.
Which makes no sense whatsoever.
It's Cleveland Clinic right now.
It's Temkin Mercy. When it turned to Mercy Medical, it still was Temkin Mercy. And now that it's Cleveland Clinic, it's still Temkin Mercy.
Period. Yeah. Let me think. Did you said, I think you said yesterday, you was born after the Muppets, but you don't know what time it was. It was
7:30. After 7:30. Muppet Show. Like, not the, like the Muppet Show. Like back in the day Muppet Show. Not a cartoon.
The one when it was coming in. Yes. That one. Okay. That's the original Muppet Show.
Which is so funny because I love making Muppets.
Yeah,
I make them. I create them. So
puppets. Muppet Show is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was born.
It's not the same.
July 23rd, 2002.
And I was supposed to be born in July.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because somebody told mom that you can't get pregnant when you breastfeeding.
What?
You can't get pregnant when you're breastfeeding. That's what they told her. Anywho.
Yeah. All right. Elementary school, middle school, high school.
Freshman. Freshman.
No.
Fairmont Fireballs.
Before then.
What? My Head Start.
Yeah.
I don't even know
I don't even know what it's called. But I remember where it was at because it was up by Candace's house.
Really?
At the top of the hill. Candace stayed at the bottom. It was at the top of the hill.
No idea.
Yeah, it was at the top of the hill. Yep. But
I remember I had this bomb outfit though, but it had a little white girl with shades on. It was that little, and it had a skirt to go with it.
Yeah.
Probably the last time you'll ever see me in a skirt.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yep, but that was my outfit. Quincy was in Head Start with me, which is crazy because years, like not even that long ago, I saw Quincy working at Bob Evans or whatever over there by 62.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Crazy.
Elementary school.
I went to elementary school. I went to Fairmont Elementary School.
Fairmont Fireballs.
Yeah. One of the things that I did not like or enjoy being there is the fact that I got jacked up on the fence by a dare cop. Why?
Dare cop.
No,
D-A-R-E.
Don't know why. From that day on, I'm not a fan of police. Other than like 3 people, and they all know who they are.
Yeah, salute to them.
I
know one.
Yeah.
I don't know the other 2.
The other 2 are here.
Yeah, I know one though. Salute to you. JM is what I'll say.
Yeah.
GM. I'm sorry.
GM.
Yeah, I'll say that. We'll leave it at that. We don't need you getting attacked at all.
Not at all.
And I don't think you'll get attacked because I got a story with you when I caught the plane. We came out here and we ended up catching a taxi to get out here, and some taxi driver in New York or Chicago tried to get over on us. And I seen that man, skinny as he was, turn into the biggest threat I have ever seen in my life. That dude went up and down.
One of the greatest.
That taxi guy.
One of the greatest police officers.
I didn't even know you had that in you, bro. I didn't even know you had that in you. No, wait, you're trying to do this. You're trying to no, bro. I don't even think we paid. We just get out.
Yeah.
I feel get out over there, bro. We getting out. We ain't paying no attention to this dude. This dude crazy. I'm like, what? All right. Followed his whole role. Yep. But okay. So we Fairmont.
Yeah.
Let's see how many teachers we can remember in Fairmont before we go to middle school.
Miss Kinesco and Mrs. King.
Miss Kinesco and Miss King.
Kindergarten.
Miss Lumley, Miss Johnson.
Anderson. Andrews. No,
Hold on, Andrews.
No, Andrews is a high school. Anderson, I think it's. Oh my God.
First grade.
All right.
I still don't know first grade.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then second grade is Miss Johnson, Miss Lumley, and then third grade was Miss Baker and Miss
Banfield. No.
Oh, Mom knows who she is. That's the craziest thing. Her husband, she's white, and her husband was African.
I wonder if Mom still got the yearbook.
Okay, so and then
fourth grade
was Miss McIntosh
and Miss. That's my side. I don't know
because I remember Miss. I will never forget her. She looked like Edna Mode and Guess from The Incredibles. Like she was short like her. She didn't have her glasses, but she looked just like her. And I was so mad at her for the longest because she told my mom something after a parent-teacher conference, and I got home and she was like, "Where's the belt? Go get the belt."
Them parent-teacher conferences was wild.
So
and Mrs. Papadopoulos and Mr. Tizovich
and Miss Glover.
And Miss Glover was.
And I know she passed away. Because she had to be like 70 when she was there.
Yeah, she was up there.
Remember, Mr. T's daughter or son was in Phantom of the Opera when they first came out, like when they got big. And that was at the time where you weren't allowed to videotape it or anything like that. He had a videotape.
Wow.
So we saw that. That was pretty cool.
Who was the music teacher at elementary school?
Oh, Miss
Dog. But them little Christmas pageants we used to do was fire.
We had 2 different ones because she got married. Miss Rice.
I know Miss Rice.
Yeah, Miss Rice. And then
Let's catch the loving spirit and then go out and share it. Yeah.
how do you
Yeah.
even remember stuff
The
like
love you give back in return. That's the only song I remember.
that? And then
The
David
Christmas
Ankrum
joint.
was the
David
like
Ankrum, Michael Moorhead, pause. But that's crazy. Michael Moorhead. Who
yeah.
else? David Ankrum.
What you
Wow.
mean? Like
Was
there
he
was
at
a
Crenshaw?
mm-mm. I seen him when we moved up here and we went back. I seen him at the McDonald's on Tusk, and couldn't even believe it was him. And I knew he would. We looked at each other like, I know you, but I don't know who you are. And then when
David
I got in the
Ankrum.
car, I was like,
That's
whoa!
David Ankrum.
I used to beat up bullies for him.
Yeah, David Ankrum was wild. Salute to him.
All right, so you said Michael Moore.
Michael
You
Moorhead.
had Josh Sutton. You had
Josh
Josh
Sutton.
Beeling. He
Josh
left.
Beasley. Yeah. You had David.
You had
No, not
Brian,
David, but Brian.
and then his brother Tim. And he had an older brother named Chris.
Brian
Come on.
Clark Pelfrey.
There you go.
Brian
And then,
Pelfrey, Chris Pelfrey.
and then Tim,
You had
his
Tim
the youngest,
Pelfrey.
his youngest, and then Butt. There was two of them.
Corey Butt.
Corey, yep.
You had Kara Smith, Kara Turner, Black and White.
And then Susan.
Susan Newell, and she had a brother named Roy.
Roy,
Yeah, Samaria, of course.
Steve Belabatoski,
Dale Hazlett, Lucas Peterson, Tia Porter,
Kelly McMillan,
his brother Sean.
Yep. And we, oh my goodness, remember we used to play football in his backyard?
In his backyard.
Yeah. I think I was born
who was
different.
The black dude?
Maurice Humphreys.
Maurice Humphreys.
And then Claudia stayed behind us.
And who was the one that used to play basketball with us that stayed right there on the corner before we walked through that little entrance thing right there? Not Tim, but he stayed right there on the corner.
I don't know.
He was Claudia's friend. They all went to Timken. Dang.
And then you had Tony Askew. And then there was Tony Askew. Sean Ogden.
Yeah, we had Amanda Hammerling.
Yes.
Who was the one that what's her name? Yoder, the one that stayed next to Stevie that they wouldn't never let us go play in their yard. They had the basketball hoop and all that stuff right next to Steve Buddy Lokowski Street. On that street.
And then right there at his house, like there was that fence and it was always decorated for Christmas.
Yeah, all the time.
Always.
They hooked it up. I forgot what their last name was. I think it was
that
Yoder.
Was crazy.
Yoder, something like that.
And they all everybody, and it was crazy because we had to walk to Fairmont. Yeah. So there was no bus. Nope. That was further than a mile. I'm sorry. Like buses here, you got to be a mile away to get on a bus, but that was further than a mile. And so we would start the walk. It was us that started the walk. And then Steve and Tia, is Tia right there? Was she next door?
Porter? She didn't stay by us.
No, somebody stayed right next door. And then Susan it was like, and then Samaria stayed up the street. And so then she had to, behind us. She almost, right. So she had to come out because we're all going this way. So we're all coming and then we all just walked. Right and then we hit Kelly and everybody else. And then we all just ended up going up the hill and then down. And then, remember the wonderful time that we had when we went up the hill and saw there was no school.
Oh, yeah. You could tell from the top of the hill.
At the top of the hill. And then we just turned around and went back home.
Because we was walking in all that snow and stuff. We didn't know.
Yeah. Didn't know.
We didn't know.
And mom was at work. So.
We didn't know.
Freezing.
We didn't know. Okay, middle school.
Okay. Then you got.
Wait, hold on. Was we at.
While we was at elementary, that's when we was at NECC.
Yeah.
And then met
that was Dominique Perrin.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Was that NECC or was that middle school or elementary school?
That's elementary when we was in elementary school.
What grade was that?
That was when we just started because everybody started coming. So it was like fifth grade, fifth grade. Because we learned how to swim. We went to Florida when I was 8, so I was in 3rd grade. So we already knew how to swim then.
Right.
So I'm not sure, but yeah. Met her Ariel.
So Ariel Pittman, Calvin,
his sister. We had the older ones, and then there were so many people that we met.
Dominique Perez, salute to you for teaching me how to play speed.
Yeah.
Anybody beat me? Like, bro, speed used to be crazy.
Then it was all the older kids that showed up, and then it was a lot. It was a lot. And then you had 6'1", 6A.
That was Crenshaw.
7'1", 7A. Yep, Crenshaw 8'1", 8A. Yep.
There's a lot of people at Crenshaw.
A lot.
Annalisa Dudley.
Yeah.
Leo Sumter.
Latoya.
We
met Latoya before. We met. Yeah.
She was Jennifer.
We met her.
Jennifer Calhoun was in the elementary school.
Elementary school. Yep. We met all of them at elementary. And then it was crazy.
Yo, that's a lot. Star Menafield, Melissa Knight, you got Tyler,
Everett,
Ben Palumbo, Vince Gliata, Elena Zampino, Harvey, Mikey Sims, Sierra Daniels. I'm a misname, so I'm just for the record.
Chris, what was his last name?
Chris Taylor. Yep, Chris Taylor.
Like, there was so many.
Chris Taylor.
Oh my gosh, I still have the 7th grade Washington D.C. picture.
Oh yeah.
And 3 of them got suspended because they did the West Side symbols in the front.
Yeah.
I was like,
we was deep in that Washington D.C. joint.
Kevin Jackson.
He
got suspended too.
Adrian Hill.
Yep. Adrian was in Fairmont. He was in Fairmont.
He was at Fairmont. Yep. Matter of fact, Treasure was at Fairmont. He played on the basketball team with me. What was her real name? I forget what her name was.
Then it was just like, then you got to meet all the new ones, everybody else, but you knew them then from the middle school because they had RC's camps, and then there was the overnighters, and then Sarge had dances.
That was during the middle school.
That wasn't
no good, bro.
And nobody was getting pregnant though.
Yeah.
Nowadays, everybody seems like they just, but
that was wild, man. Like, we had to go spending over my Aunt Leary's house in order to even be able to go. But she was letting
she just drop us off.
Kiki and T. She was letting all them go. We couldn't even go. Next one was going.
Yeah.
Dang, but they was at Hartford. They was on the other side of the
Hartford. Yeah.
Hartford and Belden. They was on that side of the creek.
And Sowers. Because the twins, Starla and Charlotte was at Sowers. I thought they was at Sowers.
Yep, they was.
But then you saw a lot of them when they ran. Like a lot of them did track. So you got to see everybody come together. And then we all ended up at McKinley. A lot of us went to McKinley. Some of them went to Timken. If you wanted to do like vocational school, do hair license, all of that stuff, mechanic stuff, you went to Timken. If you wanted to do football, sports stuff, you went to McKinley. So I ain't did not one sport thing. Nope. I was in Upward Bound.
Probably everybody on this camera was on Upward Bound. I wasn't on it, but everybody talking about it. They got Upward Bound in Pittsburgh.
Really?
Yeah, they was on Upward. Everybody know about Upward Bound. Upward Bound was joint. I remember in what camp did we go to in the 6th, 7th, or 8th grade?
Camp Muskingum.
That's what it was. Camp Muskingum. That was dope. I remember Camp Muskingum.
And that's when you learn if you eat those lifesavers that they make candy and you crack it at night and you do it with your mouth open, you can look in the pitch dark. It looked like you got sparks going in your mouth. Yeah. Yep. And that's when we had down in the jungle where nobody goes. There's a wishy-washy woman just washing her clothes.
Yeah. Yep. Mr. Watson, I'm trying to think. Mr. Watson was middle school or elementary school?
Middle school. He was middle school. Mr. Watson was middle school.
Yep. That's when you had home ec. When you had home ec, you had band.
You had tech or not tech. You had building things because you had to build a bridge.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I remember when the first time you had to dissect the frog.
That was my gosh, yes. Dissect the frog, dissect the worm.
Yeah, the worm. You had to really split it, put the pins in it,
split it open and all that. Or they gave you the
that dirty pellet with the
pellet from the wolf, owl pellet. You got to get all the bones out.
Yeah, that's wow.
That was fun. That was fun. That was fun. Yeah. And then as you went, if we were at Upward Bound in high school, we had summer camp. So then we had to go the whole week and then be home, and we'd be in Worcester.
Yep.
And then had to go pick up kids from Orville, like Tiandris, that's my girl, like and like we picked them all up. Marcus was there, like so Patrick, like all of them picked them all up, and then go to Worcester, be there for Monday through Friday, and then they drop you back off.
Yeah.
So then while I was there, I dissected a cat. Smelled horrible.
We don't own the music, YouTube. Go ahead. This music they're playing is not ours.
But yeah, did that, and then what's his name? Diamond's brother. I'm sorry, Melanie's son. I cannot think.
Oh, Rico.
Rico, yep.
Yeah, Rico.
Rico, yep.
Yep.
He was doing that. He was basically like my big brother while I was there. Yeah. So and then
Crystal was at middle school. She was at Hartford.
She was at Hartford.
Crystal.
And then Crystal Reed. Yep. And
Ebony
then all
Martin,
of them came.
Everybody was there.
You started. So they put me in. I played clarinet. You played drums.
Yep.
In 5th grade. Then 6th grade, they put him in band and then put me in music. Yep. And I'm like,
no, put you on art.
And music. No, and I have music. So and I'm just like, no. I want to be in band. Like he said he didn't want to do band.
Definitely didn't want
and they wouldn't switch it. And so then I was like, fine. So
definitely didn't.
We ended up doing that. I ended up learning how to play a keyboard, like by the notes and stuff, like music, but never really kept to it. But then I taught him how to play.
Yep, and I don't read no notes at all.
Not at all.
Like, y'all hear everything that I'll be doing.
Just like
no notes.
Do this, and this is this here, and then after that, he's been doing it ever since. And I never really read music notes, and I play every Sunday at my church. By chord.
Yep, that's it.
All started by me. I write songs and stuff, so wanted to know what it sounded like, but I never had didn't know how to put the harmonies together. Like I can sing a harmony and make a harmony, but I don't know how to put it on with a piano. So I knew what Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid sounded like.
Right. And
so I just Googled every picture of every note that they said it was. And once I got that, ever since then I've been doing it. And so play and sing every Sunday. And can't read a thing.
Can't read nothing. We couldn't read nothing. I was
gosh.
I remember when I'm trying to remember when the pastor played. I don't even remember what year it was. He put the Casio keyboard with 5 tracks on it and put it in front of me and was like, yo, for you from here on out, got to play praise and worship. And we don't want to hear no music nobody else was doing. What he meant by don't play Kirk Franklin, don't play BBCC, don't play nobody. Create your own music. And I had to create my own stuff every week. So every time we got up to sing again, me and Larry Mayo, and then Robert was playing the saxophone on top of that. We was creating stuff every week. And then I'm coming up with songs, and then it turned into Mom was singing with us, and Deaconess Brenda was singing with us. Auntie Brenda, she was singing with us. And then all of a sudden, then Cousin Sean was singing with us. Then my boy Tori was singing with us.
Oh my gosh.
It was just at 11 o'clock, we play music, and whatever words come out of their mouth, that's what we're going with. Nobody had nothing wrote out at all. Nobody had no words until I started writing this stuff down. So God started giving me the music during the week. So then I started breaking down, what is it?
The harmony.
Sopranos, some altos, tenors. I'm singing those parts on CDs, giving it to people at the church for them to come in and sing. We made many choirs. I'm singing their parts. And then all of a sudden it's coming together. Man, I'm telling you, man, stuff is crazy.
And then we come up here and everybody's like, oh, you don't know this song? I'm like, why would I know that song? Like, we don't listen to anything. We played our own. So I got so used to doing that now I have to listen to everybody else's stuff. And I'm like, but God gives it to me as well as he gives it to them. Why can't we use what he gives us? So it's been different. So then at my church, they do the Maverick City, Hillsong, Elevation Worship stuff. But then you go to a gospel church, you listening to everybody else. And I'm like, I don't know none of y'all anywhere. So I had to learn all of that stuff. It's been a work, but
it's backwards.
It really was. But I
we
feel like
everybody else's songs after we created our own.
Yep. And then when you create your own and you hear their words in it, you find out that y'all all making the same notes. Everybody's singing the same thing, just putting different words or changing the rhythms out.
That's it.
It's just the same thing. It's crazy.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Graduated 2002.
Yeah. What was it? That's what it was.
20 Deuce.
Yeah, 2002. That was probably the last time McKinley was even cool.
Yes, it was, and that's why I keep mine.
Right now.
Like, look, I even have my put it out on the arm with the spade and the dog. I used to dog this dog all the time, so I was like, he's basically my dog anyway. So I drew him, and then I put the spade in the middle with the eyes. I remember putting it on the posters, and everybody else would say 2003 or 2004. And we're like 20 Deuce,
yep,
20 Deuce. Like
that was it.
That was just the yeah.
That was it.
That was fun.
So
that's Kobe.
That was different. This is Kobe Bryant right here. This is Kobe Bryant. But yeah, like I'm trying to think. Okay, so you went from high school to college. How many weeks was you in college?
8.
8 solid weeks in college.
8 solid weeks. I was like, first of all, for me, Pittsburgh was way too far.
Which is like an hour.
It literally is. Yes, it's not far at all. And my school doesn't even exist anymore.
Oh, like yeah,
it's not even there no more. But they talking about you got to pay for a transcript. Like, bruh.
Yeah, that's wild.
No, we're not doing that. But I was only there for 8 weeks, and when I left, I ghosted. Like, nobody knew I left. I left in a day where I was already packed up going to go stay in another room because my roommate was racist and I was not about to have it and I didn't want to go to jail. So I just moved to another room, and I had a roommate and she was cool, loved her and everything. But I was just like, I can't stay here. This ain't gonna work for me. Right. So then I went home, and then the next year I was married.
Just like that.
And then it's been 21 years.
21 years since graduation.
Crazy. Since college. Yep. And then I almost got finished. I could have a bachelor's degree. I'm not a school fan. I'm not people think I should be an art teacher or something like that. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, cause y'all want curriculums and stuff like that. I don't got time for that.
I didn't know if you wanted to come up or go down.
I need to learn my own way or teach my own way. So
okay. Your upbringing, your background, and your families.
Upbringing.
Your mother.
My mom is like the greatest thing ever. Like, you know that song.
You still want to come up
what is that song? Cause even though when times got rough, you never turned away. You were right there. So I thank you. Boys to Men. Like, that is my song to my mama all the time. She's always been there. She made sure I was in every type of art thing I can be in. I had classes, art classes. I learned how to use clay. I learned how to everything, watercolor. I did it all, trying to figure out what do I want to do? How do I want to do it? And I just enjoyed all of that. So that was my upbringing for the longest. And then, we did choir. We was in choir. We was in church from day one.
Every day. Like, how many? Like Sunday, 5 days out the week. 7. Sorry, 7. But
Sunday morning was church. Then on Wednesday was Bible study. Then you had intercessory prayer on Thursday. And then Friday you had youth night, which was the Joshua and Caleb generation. Yeah. And my mom was over that. And then you had Saturday morning prayer. And then you back at church on Sunday. So the only days you really didn't have church was on Monday and Tuesday. That was it. But you lived there. So that was basically
Tuesday night Bible study.
Not until later on.
What?
Tuesday night Bible study didn't come till later on. But it was always Wednesday night Bible study. But it was just, you just lived there. So you knew, and everybody was parents.
Yeah, by time, I'm trying to think. I think by the time you was gone, they had the financial situation was on Mondays. Tuesday was not on Bible study. Then Wednesday was something else. Maybe choir rehearsal that I was running. And then Thursday was, I don't know, but it was 7 days.
It was 7 days.
Yeah, it was 7 days. Yeah. To the point to where people were just like, okay. No.
We had church every day.
All right.
So we was there. I was always with my mom. She's either at work. We have some very interesting stories of my upbringing, of how I called the cops and got trouble for that. And then accidental, it was one of those you call, like every kid calls 911. Like,
Right.
and that, like, they don't do it now because they got cell phones. But if you had a house phone, you would call and just hang up, and then they kept calling you back, and then the cops showed up.
Oh yeah, fact.
Then after the cops showed up, our cousin that lived in Ellisdale was driving by, and my mom was working in Ellisdale, and she told her. And I'm like, I don't even think I got whooped that day, because I was just like, I was already about to be terrified that the cops came to the door. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to be in so much trouble. I think, and that was before the dare officer jacked me up. So I think maybe because I called 911, I just had bad times with cops. That maybe that's why. I don't know.
I'm talking about back when we had the Yellow Pages book. And you just called print people. All of that stuff.
All of that. Like, that was when there was
MSN was the internet.
No, there wasn't internet yet. Like when I called, there was no computer. Like,
oh yeah, no.
Packer Bell ain't came out yet.
Yeah, no.
Like these kids know nothing. I've had like, I've been in church. We've always had, we've always been in youth. We've always we've been in the choir. We had choir at church.
Yep.
I am a child of the King. I'll glorify his name.
Yep.
And
with
high voice
joints.
Yep.
With the purple.
Oh my gosh. Yes. The little sash thing. Oh my goodness.
Shout out to Tasha Morton. Shout out
to we gotta wear
Robert and all of them.
Yes. Yep. So many. You have come this far by faith.
Yep. Kiki and Tiva was in the choir.
Yep. A Junior and Alton was in the choir. And the choir. Destiny. Yep. They was all in the choir.
Dominica Powell was in the choir.
Donna was in the choir.
Donna was in the choir.
Was Junior in the choir?
No,
I don't think so.
Rest in peace, Darius. He was in the choir.
Darius was in the choir. Tiana was in it.
Marcel was in the choir.
Tyreek was. Yep.
Tyreek was in the choir.
Man, we was all in there. The whole, basically every child was in the choir.
Pretty much.
And it was fun.
And
it was
Lorraine
fun.
Was the choir director.
And Latasha Morton was, and we was in the choir. We just.
Yep, Sister Marie, would you
stop?
Sister Marie, you used to love that. She was
it was like, so it was great. It was great being in. We went to somebody's camp. Like, I do not know. We went to
it was
Trinity's gospel camp. And and Desiree and
Desiree Whitehurst and Jasmine.
Yes, not even Whitehurst no more. Gibson Tanner.
Both of them.
Girl, they got babies too. Yeah. It's amazing. Her mom. I need to call Desiree because I need to ask what all of the things was for the song. Like, if I was something where I be and it was like, here's your coffee, here's your tea, and here's your paper bag.
Yeah.
And then it was, come on, Betsy, give. The baby's gotta live.
Yeah.
Like, it was a whole thing about this, but each person had a different thing, and there was all these different people that was up there.
I remember
and that was fun. That was fun to do that. And then
here's your coffee, here's your tea, here's
so we did that. Camp was fun. We ended up going to camp with our overseer at the time was Reverend Farrell, and somebody stepped in a beehive. And it was insane. You did.
That was at the camp.
Nika did.
Yeah, she came behind me. The beehive was in the ground.
It was in the ground.
And they kept telling me to stop running.
And then everybody
stop running. I stepped right. We was playing volleyball. Volleyball, and somehow I stepped into a beehive in the ground, and I just took off running. And it was like, yo, stop running. All you seen was a big swarm of bees behind me. I was flying. It was like, stop. And then I stopped. And Nika and them was right by me.
Yeah, they had to like. She had to like. It was like taking clothes off. Like, get your clothes off. Everybody's just taking clothes off. It was insane. They had a water balloon fight on that day too. I remember that.
Yep.
Like, we had good times. There was always Sundays. Like, it was the fourth Sunday or the fifth Sunday. We had food. And then you would have like the back row full of homeless people, and they would come and eat. Like, we did that. We had our Christmas programs. Nobody even do Christmas programs no more. Like, I hate that because I loved it. Like, you had the little kids that do their little Christmas speech or their Easter speech. Yep. And then you had, Happy Resurrection, like, and then they can't remember it, and you had the person standing there and like trying to give them
this is the day. This is the day. And we celebrate We celebrate again. And they just be standing there. Don't know the words to nothing.
No, nothing.
Oh,
and
my
then you
God.
give them like their little short book. They have these books that have all of these speeches. I'm like, we could write all of this. This would be so much fun. We did the Imposters play where it was all these different people, the reason of what Christmas was about. Like that was fun. So we did all of that acting. That thing being in at the elementary school. Quit, boy. And being at the elementary school, that was like the first time I was actually in a play. And I thought, like, man, that would be nice to do again.
Right.
And ended up doing it later on. So yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. Those
was good times though. Like that was the times where we all would get in cars and there's no seatbelt type thing. It's lapping it. You lap that stuff. Yeah. Everybody's sitting on laps and you had just lines of cars heading to Jogga Lake and we all in the car trying to get to Jogga Lake. And it was just.
But the one time before we went, the rock situation.
The what? Oh, yeah. So you said you talked to Destiny. Destiny's the snitch. We found out Destiny was the snitch.
She was the one.
So we would take rocks and put it in our hands and then lift them in the air and then just walk away. And they would hit people's cars.
Yeah, I'm talking about bing, 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 bing. We seen the car coming. That's when we had a gravel driveway.
Yeah.
And we had the white rocks too. Mm-hmm. We had a gravel driveway. So at the time, cars were coming through, so we would grab a handful of rocks, throw them, and then run to the back of the house.
Yep.
We was doing it, and everything was cool with everybody.
I'm not getting you.
We hit that car, bing, 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 backwards. Went straight into the. We went straight to the back.
To the back. We went to the back, and then
dude got out the car. All of that. Went in there and told everybody what was going on. Apparently, Destiny was in there snitching on what was going on.
And we got whooped from my mom and then my aunt.
It was like a assembly line.
Like, get
we
one,
from that person, then boom, 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 and then you got whooped for the next person. It was a no-go. It was a no-go. It was always like that. When anybody got a whooping, if anybody's laughing, they got.
Oh, you got it. So you don't even want to be in the room.
And they whooping you in front of them. Oh,
you don't even want to be in
we about to do something. We about to laugh. We about to all that hopping.
And then you just mad. Mad at them. And then you got to hop enough to get over to the other side of the bed so that they would stop. Because you just need to try to wear them out so they would stop and pray that the switch don't break.
Right.
You in trouble. We had to get the switch.
We had to be the one to get it. We had to be the one to go get the switch.
Yes, because we hid the leather belt. We was tired of it.
Right.
So we hid that. So and then after I think it was either 5th grade parent teacher conference.
Yeah.
We was just like, we came in a pack. We ain't never telling her when another parent teacher conference.
That was it.
We're
not doing that. Keep it to yourself.
We never did. So then, yeah.
Keep the parent teacher.
And anytime he got whooped, I felt it. Remember when? Oh, apparently, I was in a stroller, and you in the not the stroller. What is it? Is it a stroller? Yes, a stroller at the top of the stairs. And you just pushed it down, holding on. And we both went down the stairs.
The basement stairs we got right now? Speaking of basement stairs.
Why did we not die?
Man, there was some moments. Remember this moment. I don't know how y'all feel about little rodents, but we had a frog downstairs. Desiree and mom tried to make me go downstairs to get that frog. Man, I was crying my eyes out. Please don't let me go down there and get that. Please don't let me go get that. It was a frog downstairs. I think it came out the sewer or something.
And the craziest thing is, it was not small. It was like about like it was a big frog. And I was like,
"That's a no.
Like, I'm not doing it.
I ain't getting down there to get that frog. Like, no. Stop being play. Go get that. Mom, I'm busting crying on the step. Please don't let me go get that frog.
Was no frog
at all.
No frog. There was no frog.
It was wild.
Which was hilarious. Oh, remember when you got your thumb stuck in the?
That was the little you know how people would instead of using a dryer, they used to put the stuff in there to wring it out, and I got my thumb stuck in there. Man, that was a time. That right there was bad.
That was
I forgot all
horrible.
about that.
Because then I got in trouble because I felt all that pain. So I'm screaming. And mom's like, stop screaming! Because you ain't even got your thumb stuck in it. Stop screaming! Like anytime
he reversed. Did she have to reverse it or something?
I don't know how she had to do it, but it was horrible.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
We had that.
We had the time when I had butterscotch candy stuck in my throat when we was going on Halloween. And mom had to give me that Mom had to give me the the Hamlet move or whatever, because my whole throat closed up, because the candy got stuck right down there. Yep, it was crazy.
She wouldn't even take us. We went one time because they used to have the whole elementary school haunted.
Yeah,
they decorated it, the whole thing, and it was terrifying kids. Yep. And they was like, we never doing this again. So we did it one time. Trick or treated one time.
Dressed as a Ninja Turtle, I think. I don't know who he was.
Or you was Gumby and Gumby, and I was Road Runner.
It was Gumby.
Because they had the plastic mask to go over top with the plastic.
Yeah, y'all remember Teddy Ruxpin? I had a Teddy Ruxpin.
Yep.
I had the Big Bird one too. That had the tapes in the back.
Yep. I had a baby alive. I had the water baby. I still have my water baby. She's downstairs. I remember that
water baby.
I never got rid of her. She's downstairs. And I got one called Nanny. She is my godmother. She bought that for me when I was a kid, and I've never gotten rid of it. I got boxes downstairs that have my Barbies that I never opened. They just sitting down.
Yeah, she had all the Barbies.
Never opened
the Legend Barbies,
like the Star Wars Barbies,
like Cinderella Barbies, the Sleeping Beauty, the Snow White Barbies.
Not open, because I went to Toys R Us when Toys R Us existed. They had this glass case that had all of these Barbies in it, and I was like, I want one of them. Like I want the case. Like I want the case, and I want that. And
one every year.
So I would get a Barbie every year. I haven't had a Barbie in a minute. So now it's like I feel like since I'm grown, I gotta buy them myself. But yeah. Yeah. We had that. Any mouse that was in the house, they usually was in the basement. Yeah. And they would get snapped in. We was in the trap and had to deal with that, handle that.
Possum that was down there that one time though, when I was sleeping in the main little living room.
Oh gosh, no!
That was tracked over my face. I didn't even know what it was. Tia was in the house at the time.
Remember when Tia went hopping outside when we was coming out from church? She started hopping. I'm like, what is she doing? She brought a possum in the house. Yeah. And my mom was like, Tia, take that thing out of here. And she took it, picked it up, and took it out, and it was still alive. And then she got sprayed by a skunk.
I remember that because mom had to use that tomato juice.
It was bad.
I remember that.
It was bad. She had babies. Nobody knew. That. She had babies. She had 2 brown and white ones, a boy and girl, black and white, and then one
running to the house. And was like, oh yeah, Tia got baby. We cut through the neighbor's yard to get to the backyard right there. And all them dogs out there. Tia wasn't playing. You weren't allowed to grab them puppies if she was there.
Nope, not at all. And then I remember when Dad even tried to come over and she growled the whole entire time. She wasn't like that. She's like, no, I don't like you. Don't. She was not. So we never even got to keep a puppy. One of them went down to Aunt Minnie's house.
Yep.
And then it ended up with fleas and all that stuff. And then they just like, oh my gosh, yes.
Every time in the kitchen, because we had a little kitchen floor where Tia used to run through the house and do sliding and boom, and then run all to the house.
On the carpet, on the pink couch, that was mom took the plastic off. Yes, that was great. That was great.
Shout out to Ian Crosby, Tyler Freeman. Well, we used to play hide and seek in the basement at the house.
And
nobody knew where everybody hiding. It was dang, the basement was big, but it wasn't big like that. But it was big, and like you go down there now, it's like this basement wasn't as big as we thought.
No,
but it was really big
to us. Yeah,
he would always hide with either you. Who was he hiding? I forget.
No, it was me.
And he's hiding, so we counting whatever we count until we come down the steps. We can't find nobody. And will always say exactly where he was.
Like, I don't even want you no more.
Just like, I'm over here.
I think he's like 20-something years. How old is he?
I don't know. And used to be at the church in the front row playing with the tambourine and all that stuff, bro. It was dope. It was super dope, bro.
We seen Ian the first day he was born.
Yeah.
We went to the hospital to see him.
That game was different.
Craziest thing, because I was just like, the first time I held him, I was like, this is mine. He's mine.
He's
mine. And from then on, every time we had him, he was in my bed, sleeping in my bed, and I was waking up at 2, 4, 6 o'clock in the morning, feeding him, changing him. And I'm 13. Then I was like, I ain't never having no kids. Like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm good.
Yeah,
so kids will make you like not want to have kids.
Yeah, it was dope.
He was amazing. He has a story, and I don't even know if he remembers the story, but he was young, and he was at home, and he was with his Aunt Will, his grandma. Aunt Will to us, his grandma. And he was telling her, we gotta pray. And she's like, all right. And he just literally starts speaking in tongues, and he's like praying, and she has no idea what's going on. We don't know what's going on. And he's like, we got to pray. At the exact same time when he's saying we have to pray, his uncle got in a car crash because he drove a semi truck and it was tipped to the side. And he had to get his body out. And as soon as he got it out, the flames went. And so at the same time, he was praying. Like, like he was there. He was tapped in. Amazing. He's amazing. Tapped in, hopefully he ever get back there.
It was tapped in, bro.
That's a gift.
That was different.
That was a gift.
That was different.
So at church I was an usher. Yeah. Never sung.
That's crazy.
Choir.
All the songs me and Elle did, she was never a part of none of them. None.
Nope, not until we moved.
Although we had songs for days, and everybody, but never had the combination of her, my mom, and Brenda. We probably would have given out a CD if we would have did that.
Yeah.
Or matter of fact, even if you would have added Sis Lorraine into that, after that 4, that's solid 4. Because we would have had the bottom, we would have had everything. Everything would have been
I was never even asked.
Wow, she wasn't a part of none of the action we was putting.
None of it. But I did graphics. So I did the covers of the CDs. I did the name tags when we had conferences and all of that. We was a part of Vessels of Honor, which then turned into something else. I don't even know what it turned into, but Vessels of Honor, we flagged. We did flags. Man, anytime we did Holy, Holy, Holy by Donnie McClurkin. Yep. Dope. Oh man, and we love seeing Aunt Linda do in the midst of it all, Yolanda Adams. Oh my gosh. Like mime that back. Oh,
games that day.
It changed every time. Youth nights, like righteous rallies. We had Train, Teens and Tots, Readily Armed, and Impact Nations. Yep. Like, and then you had Broken Vessel that showed. And then we had different churches come and do different things. Like Mandu's church,
choir.
They did choir.
They still do it now. They still fire now.
Just good stuff. Now. Like, love that stuff. Miss that stuff. I miss that stuff.
That stuff was crazy.
I miss that. So, yeah. So then one day we were leaving, or we didn't know if we were moving to Wisconsin or not at that time. But during that time, nobody was at church. Like nobody was there and to sing at all. And Aunt Linda was like, Desiree, get on the mic. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Like, what do you
mean?
Probably
like a Tuesday.
And it was a Tuesday. And
she preached on Tuesdays. Bruce did when he
Bruce did, Elder Sean did, and so did and Jim
Gross did on Tuesdays. Sister Francis did on Tuesday too.
And that's when it started. And then because some of the stuff that I wrote, I gave to him. He was singing it. Like,
took it. We had
somebody had to do it.
The music behind it, because then when Elle was gone, I had to build all that stuff on my own.
Yeah.
It was wild.
And then we had the CD.
Yeah.
Then you did music on CD. So the first song I've ever did was "Fill Me, Lord, Please Fill Me with Your Grace."
I'll take you back to the first rap joint. We did rap. We was rapping before Broken Vessel was even a thing. I just don't even remember what it was.
Y'all be hating.
Oh man, y'all
stop hating. Y'all hating.
We did that at Rob Francis' house.
Stop hating.
We did that at Rob Francis' house.
Jeez, terrible. It was D-Ray on the track.
That was down bad joint with the microphone, with the cigarette in his mouth on the wall. That's back when Patrick was rapping on that stuff.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Rob Francis made this cat Patrick and Tim's CD cover, and it was Goku or what's it called? Oh my god! No, this ain't it.
That was so funny. So
I was weak.
Started doing and then Broken Vessel got together, and then I was out. I was like, I'm good. Like y'all do y'all thing, and then So then Fill Me was on there, and then What was after that? Oh, Praise Your Name. That was the next one.
Me, Myself, and I. Is that what?
No,
Praise Your Name?
Yeah.
I will praise your name if it's just me, myself, and I. Ain't that what it was?
Nope, that's you. Talking
about this is 2003, 4, because Cap 10 wasn't invented till 2005.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
when I started doing it for real.
Praise your name if it's just me, myself, and I. Yeah. That's your song. Mine was no, I didn't come out until later. Like Feel Me was on the bio of Greg McNeil. It's on that one. And then it's Lord, you're so good to me. Save the rest like me. That song. I'm gonna praise your name, give you glory. And I wanna praise that one. I remember that. That's the second one I've ever done.
Because I did Monique was on one of them songs that I did. Dang.
You did with Broken Vessel. Y'all did that.
That was recorded at Camp Music Center.
And I wasn't there. So the girl from what you call ended up singing it, and I wasn't there.
Because it didn't come out like we wanted.
Yeah. So then we did
that. She's killing now, but she wasn't like that back then.
So then we did that, and then I did praise and worship. We came up, moved with the Garretts. I did praise and worship then, but I never really did anything else extra. And then I had, I got married 2023 or 2003, 21 years ago. And then had William, and then we moved. And then
William was one.
William was one. Yep, going on 2 in October.
So Mike on them knows Wisconsin. They don't even know
that. They don't.
They don't.
They don't even know part of the family either. They don't know none of it.
Wow.
So, then Michael came 2009, and then Emmanuel came 2011.
Wow, and that was a part of.
And that was here. We was here.
That was the biggest battle. Music is not our music. Once again, it's BBSCC and all the other artists' YouTube. So make sure y'all cut it. I've been seeing all these videos I've been trying to upload. YouTube like, no, copyright infringement. I'm like, it's not mine. I'm trying to tell you. It's not my music. Please
you might have to put it on that breaking news at the bottom. It's not my music.
Not my music. Well, yeah, the toughest battle. What was it? Yeah, the biggest battle you went through in life. How you overcame it? I think it was
that was me having preeclampsia when I had William. William was supposed to be here in December. William came on October 25th. I had to deal with my blood pressure skyrocketing. After he showed up, Mr. Mayo thought he was funny because William came out like he didn't look like he could be Mr. Mayo's child. So he said, "Would you got something you would like to tell me?" I'm like, bruh, I would say a lot, but my arms is pinned down to this table because I had to get a C-section. Before that, they told me I'm like the Titanic. You gonna either crash with you on your baby on the inside or out. And I was just like, what kind of nonsense is that? And this is at Altman. That's why I love Tim Kim Mercy, because I didn't have to deal with that mess. So he showed up. He got here long, 5 pounds. They put him in a NICU. But he ate on his own and everything. They just wanted to make, because he was going to have lung issues and all of his problems and all. There ain't nothing wrong with that boy. He like 6'3", 17 shoes.
17 shoes. Crazy. He 18 right now.
18. Nothing wrong with him. And I ended up having to have a blood transfusion. They didn't even tell my husband what was going on. He was upstairs asleep in peace. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. And then I woke up again and I asked the lady for some apple juice.
Said that there was pints of blood all around?
Yeah, they was pushing the blood in. So mom said they were just, and then you just saw them just pushing all of the blood in because it wasn't. I had to have because if you have Pitocin or you get induced, that thins your blood out, and then they gave me a C-section, which does not help. So if anybody ever induce you, if you pregnant, they induce you, do not have a C-section. Push that baby out if you have to. Like, figure it out, because it thins your blood out. And that's what they told. They didn't tell me that. I found that out. So, yeah. But that was an obstacle. That was one of the biggest challenges that I had to face. The other biggest challenge was my art teacher in the 8th grade. I don't even want to say her name, but she
somebody else today?
Yeah, but I didn't even want to say her name
cool.
because I just really, she just need to know. But I want to say thank you. I took her class, would go to her house, do art classes, and there was a white girl that was sitting there drawing a dog in color and with another little girl in the picture, and I was like, I want to do that, and she told me no.
Right.
And I never thought of it like the way you see things now, because I'm just like, you a black woman telling another black woman, a little girl who desires to do something, that she can't do it. So I went home, cried. My mom said, there is nothing that you cannot do. God has you. If this is what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to, you're going to be able to do it. So my next year, 9th grade, my freshman teacher, art teacher, Miss Galucci taught me how to draw people. And I've been drawing them ever since. So.
How much are these mugs again?
They are $25. And that's just like, and that's LeBron. I just made LeBron's mug. That picture has like 3 different pictures or 4 different pictures in that one. This is a whole collage, but I got to draw I got to do Myles Garrett because I've done him multiple times. So he's going to get a mug.
These are the only mugs you got?
No, I got the Kings of Comedy has all the comedians, male comedians all on it. I have Strong with women, different women from different diversities. On mugs. I got a bunch of them. I'm got my mug tumbler is in the living room.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I have never did a tumbler yet. And here's the thing. I had to buy that press. You want to know why I had to buy that press? Because my goal is to help other people in their business. If this is what you do, that's amazing. Like, let me show you, I do graphic stuff. Let's do a collaboration together. And everybody kept telling me no. So I just bought my own tumbler. And now I'm just about to just do it myself. So that picture. So the first picture is from that black and white picture with Muhammad Ali and Michael Jordan.
Yep.
The second picture is a picture that I finished 7 minutes after he broke the record.
Yep.
And then the last picture in the back, the one from the back with you can see his number in the back, or that one.
Yeah.
This one is from it's a big collage of all different NBA players. That's when he won. That's him and Kyrie Irving, and that's the block. Yep. I love that. She
drew all her artwork and put it on the mug. $25.
Yep.
I gotta find out what you want to buy because I don't use one of these for the podcast.
Yeah, that's fine. You gotta buy it, just take it. So
got this one. I think
that one's I want a purple. I want to give it a purple because that's dope. I like that one.
Favorite player.
But yeah, so we got so yeah, that was my challenges facing, trying to figure out what I want to do with my life and my art. And I do art a lot, and I am, as he says, all of the wonderful things you say at the title of your titles, I am a Jackie of all trades. There's nothing that basically I can't do.
Right.
Just like literally, like not trying to pump myself up or trying to say I'm better than, no, there's really nothing I can't. The only thing right now, and I'm saying it right now because I'm trying to get my health right, is run. That's it. Other than that, just put it all in front of me. I mean, I don't even want to learn how to do basketball, but I might, just because I got a son that want to play, just to cross him one time and just be like, oh, I did it. Like, that's it. But I know how to do hair. I've been doing hair. My Aunt Melby taught me how to do hair. So been in the shop for 8 hours waiting for your hair to get done. Yeah. And at that time, you ain't watching cartoons and stuff, you watching soap operas. Yeah. So I knew stories like that. They weren't soap operas, they were stories. So that I did learn how to do hair watching. I learned how to do hair. I know how to paint. Not only do I know how to paint, because people ask me, do I paint? Right. I really don't like to paint, but I paint faces. Like, I could have actually sat here and painted my face while we was doing this podcast. Like, cause I face paint. I have to face paint tomorrow for 3 hours. So I face paint.
$100 an hour.
I face paint. I actually do I paint props for plays and stuff. I do that.
She was Mrs. Potts in the play Beauty and the Beast. I was up here for 24 hours, flew up here to see that. That was one of the dopest plays I've ever seen.
That was fun.
That play was amazing.
That was fun. See,
I always not had that on camera was crazy. Like,
yeah,
that would have made it on Broadway easy. Every character in that play was crazy.
That was fun.
Every single
that was
play.
Fun. So we ended up to how that got started was me and Michael went to go see Peter Pan a musical at the Overture Center.
Right.
And he always talking about he want to be on a red carpet and he want to be an actor. And I was like, okay, well, you got to be in stuff. And I was like, shoot, I want to do acting too. I'm like, I always wanted to act. Like, that would be fun.
Right.
So we went to this show and we saw the lady who plays Babette in it was Peter Pan. Like, and you didn't even know it was a girl, like, at all. Like, she played it so well. And I was like, wait a minute. And then didn't even realize it was her until we met. I was like, oh my gosh, I was geeked to see her, because even though these people are not like on the red carpet and stuff, I'm fans of them. Like, I'm fans.
Right.
So he was there and he said, I think I want to try out for Beauty and the Beast, because we found out. And I said, well, if you try out, I'll try out. Like, I mean, all they gonna do is tell us no. Like, it's fine. Like, we can do that. So I tried out, and they asked me. Well, the last question, what they asked me, they said, is there anything else? I was like, oh, not really. I know how to do the accent as well. And I started doing that, and it was over. It was all,
it was play like that. Y'all did do it for a week? Wait.
It was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Two to the dome, you know I came to kill. And all the DJs and beat makers know the drill. Your boy back, they all run like sawmill. This beat was just sent to me, this was a fresh kill. But you ain't know when I load up, I act wild. Like draw four, my screen kicks like a bad child. It's time to relocate, but not the east bow. Call me a virus, we moving to the west now. I've been bugging more ammo than any Russian. My 16s, I air out like a semi-bussin'. My chick bad, I sing to her like David Ruffin. Give her the game, she roll up. We lit and puffin'. Thought I was done, but this rapping is in my bloodline. Keep feeding me beats, I zip them up like A-Shine. The swag so out of this world, never in state lines. Used to be passing with everything, now I take mine. Pittsburgh, my name Monte, some of you notice me. I get you lit and I'm brown, nickname me Hennessy. I came in the game, they ain't do nothing but doubt. But now I feel like a tongue to wear my name in your mouth.